again and welcome back to yet another video. Today I wanted to share my baby's name with you. It is a little bit different. We just have like a different taste and I've gotten mixed reviews on it. But I don't really care. I love the name. Jose loves the name, so that's what we're going with. And before I do that, I really wanted to share some names that I absolutely love, but we're gonna end up not using. Again, we have a very specific particular taste, so it's not for everybody, but I thought maybe if you are having a baby girl, you might like these names too. And I have some like honorable mentions for boys. I have 5 names and Jose gave me 5 names. I wanted him to do the video with me, but he's downstairs with Romy, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it by myself. I'll go back and forth, okay? And I'll tell you why we didn't choose the names. For most of them, it's because we didn't agree. Like if I had a name that Jose didn't like particularly love, then I'm like, that can't be baby's name because I want us to both love the name. I'm gonna be looking down because I have them on like the iPad, and let's get into the names that we love but won't be using. The first name that I have for a baby girl is Rory or Lorelai. I love Gilmore Girls, and I got Jose to watch Gilmore Girls with me and he likes it too. And the only reason that we didn't pick the name Rory is because it's only 1 letter different than Romy. And I wanted their names to be similar, but not that similar. I just felt like it was too similar to Romy to give her that name. And I actually wanted her name to be Rory, not name her Lorelai and have people call her Rory, like the show. That's how the show is. But I decided against that because I want their name to be their name. I don't want to just choose a name and then give them a nickname. Like I didn't want to do that. So we decided against it. Jose's first name choice, and we actually there was a moment where we had already picked her name and he was like, I love this name. He wanted to name her this name and I was like, no, I can't. I don't know. I had already told people that we were naming her what her name is. So I was like, I'm not changing it. I love the name. And so he was like, okay, but I just thought it was funny. It's Winnie. He got that from Hocus Pocus. When he heard it, he was like, I love that name. And I like the name, but I just don't love it. Like I don't have a Winnie, you know? My next name is a little exotic, and this is actually a name that I thought of before I even met Jose. I was like, this is gonna be my baby's name. I don't care what anybody says. Is Xiomara, Xiomara. I know that's very different. It's like very exotic, but I just love it. I think I got it from The Ring, but I think the girl's name was Samara or something like that. But I was like, how cool is it that your name starts with an X? Because not a lot of people have that, you know? But Jose did not like that. Jose did not like that name. So we decided against it. One of our top contenders, which was Jose's next pick, was Riley. We love the name Riley. Yeah, not much else to say with that one. I think it's a really great name. We just liked the name that we went with a little bit more. Okay, so this next name might be a little bit out of the box for people. It's more of a nickname, but I just love it. I think it's so cute, and I think at any age it would be cute, but I didn't want to name her like essentially a nickname, so that's why we didn't choose it. But it's Minnie. I love the name Minnie. I love it as a nickname, and I think it would be a fun name, but ultimately Jose didn't love it and he didn't want to give her a nickname for a name. So we decided no on Minnie. Jose's next pick was Pippa, like Pippa Middleton. And I like that name, but it's so close to Peppa, like Peppa the Pig. We decided against it, but I do like the name. It's just not my baby, you know? My next name is Zara with a Z, Z-A-R-A. And the only reason we didn't go with it is because Jose was like, well, why not just name her Sarah? It's essentially the same thing. That's what people are gonna call her. And her whole life, she's gonna be like, it's not Sarah, it's Zara. And that kind of put me off to it because I don't want her to have a name that she's gonna have to correct people from. You know, it's just like a small variation on a common name. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, I'm not gonna do a variation of something else, you know, something that's common, because I don't want her to have to constantly be like, no, it's Zara, you know? But regardless, I love the name. Jose had to really dig deep for the last two because he doesn't like that many things, I guess. And I always I just spend time thinking about names. So his next pick was Frankie. I like it. I'm not against it. I love unisex names. I think it's cool to have like a unisex name. And I don't know, it just didn't really go with my idea of what I wanted it to be. And so he wasn't really that passionate about it, so we said no. My last name is Penelope. I love that name, but Jose just wasn't excited about it. So ultimately we decided against it, but it's a really cute name. Jose's last name is Jordy, which is really cute. But again, it's kind of like towards the bottom of his list, and he was like, you know, whatever. If you don't love it, then it's not a big deal. Okay, so I did want to say, we always felt like we were having another girl, and we didn't really talk about boy names, but I have names for boys that I do like, that I've thought about, you know, before even ever being pregnant. I would think of names that I would name my kids. They're just my names. They're names boy names that I like. So I only have 3. And the first one is Sebastian. I love the name Sebastian. That was a pick from my early days, you know, before I even met Jose. I was like, I love the name Sebastian. If I ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Sebastian. But I have a friend in Mexico that named her son Sebastian. He's 6 now. And after that, I was just kind of I don't want to name him, not that I'm having a boy, but now that the name's taken, you know what I mean? I know other people have that name, but it's somebody I know has that name. I feel like it's a taken name. I can't use it. My next name is a little bit out of the box, just like most of my picks are. I really, really, really like the name Kiev. K-I-E-V. I just love it. It's just a strong male name, and I don't know. I just think it's a strong name, and it's short and to the point. But Jose doesn't like it, and obviously it doesn't matter because we're having a girl. But I would have fought for that name. If we were having a boy, I would have fought for the name Kiev, because I think I don't know, I just like it, you know? Last boy name that I love is Tobias. Well, Jose likes Toby, so that would have been something a nickname that we would have called him, I guess. But yeah, Tobias is a really cute name. I also really like Jebediah. I like a lot of biblical names, but Jebediah is, I think, a good one. But we both agree that Tobias was a good name for a boy. That is it for our names that we love but won't be using. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. And I'm ready to reveal baby girl's name. Her name is going to be Rainy May. Originally, I wanted her name to be Rainy Day, but Jose said no. We're not gonna name her just words. So I was like, well, can it be Rainy May? And we'll spell May as in just the name May, not as in the month, but it sounds like the month, so I still kind of get what I want. And yeah, that's going to be her name. Well, that is her name. I can't wait to meet her. We've been calling her Rainy for a few months now. Pretty much when we found out she was a girl, we decided on Rainy, and then we struggled a little bit for the middle name, but I also like the name June, so it would have been like Rainy June, would have been cute. But Rainy May is just such a cute name to me. Like I said, I've gotten mixed responses to it. Nothing negative. Obviously, no one's gonna be like, I hate your baby's name, but well, I'm sure on the internet somebody will, but in real life, people are usually very nice. But yeah, I love the name. It really doesn't matter, even if people are like, that's the ugliest name I've ever heard. I don't care. Like, I love the name and Jose loves the name. We're 3 weeks out from my due date and I can't wait to meet you, Rainy May. I'm so excited and so happy and really emotional lately. So I'm gonna cut the video off right here because I don't want to start crying. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.